So before I get into the main topic of the video, I just want to start off with saying a couple of things. So filming my Lego videos, I don't do that often, like at all. And that's because like I start to film one and then I just get bored of it and then scrap the idea and go, I don't know, do something else with my time. But making this video has genuinely made me happy. And I think One Piece is the reason um, for maybe me starting to upload more. That's the plan. I want to make a lot of videos on the Anime Heroes line, which at the moment only has 5 figures, to my knowledge. And yeah, I just really enjoy making these kinds of videos. I've had a great time preparing to make this, filming it, and now uploading it. But yeah, that's that. Another thing I should say is that spoilers. If you're on like episode like, basically if you're not caught up, then I wouldn't watch this video, just because it's gonna be a spoiler to you. If you don't care, then continue to watch, whatever. Next is, this is based on personal preference. So if your favorite character is not here, then, I mean, you could dislike this video. It's kind of a stupid reason if you ask me, especially since they don't show dislikes anymore. But if you don't like this video for that reason, then I guess click on another video. I don't know. And lastly, this is going to be only males. I plan on making a video separately for females. It's just that if I wanted to do both males and females in one video, it would be way too hard. So I'm probably going to make another video separately for females. And I think that would be probably the best course of action to take. Anyways, starting off this list at the number 10 spot is Eustace Kid, or his first mate, Killer. So, boom. I say Killer, I say Kid, sorry, they both start with a K, so I get confused. Because he was one of the supernovas that was like allied with Law and Luffy at the Sabaody Archipelago. Oh, I also should mention that this video is not going to have any straw hats in it, because that would be way too many people, way too many spots taken up by straw hats if I were to do that. So I just want to focus on other characters. So getting back into the video, Kid is one of the choices because he was temporarily allied with trying to escape from the auction house in Sabaody Archipelago with Luffy and Law, and now he's in Wano, so it works out. Killer, I say that he shares the same spot because he looks just crazy and like in a good way. I like Killer. He's one of my favorite supernovas, probably. And he is also a part of Kid's crew. Although, from a marketing perspective, I think they would probably go with Kid first if they were to even continue this line. So, as an accessory for Killer, I would most likely have his mask, whether it be removable, but an obvious choice would be his like scythe gauntlet things. That's like his main weapon, and he basically uses them to cut down all of the enemies that are in Kaido's house. And for Kid, I'd probably have his robotic arm, that, because, you know, he lost it. And I wouldn't really have his like other magnetic arms, like the ones that are too big, but I think the one shown in the previous picture would be perfect. But I would also be able to detach that and let him have a stump arm, because I believe Shanks got like detached his arm or something, and they're both relevant to Wano, so that's why I picked them. So yeah. Next is the Charlotte siblings. Now for this, I have 4 siblings listed. It's Cracker, Katakuri, Daifuku, and Oven. Now, this, like, Katakuri is genuinely one of my favorite One Piece characters, but he's part of a triplet group, which is him, Daifuku, and Oven, and I don't really see them being made because of their height. They're like all 16 feet tall. Incredible. So I'm just gonna say Cracker's like the most likely if they ever do make him, because he's 10 feet tall, and that's why his position is at the number 9 spot. So for Cracker, I think a great accessory for him would be his sword, which is called Pretzel. I remember he brags about it quite a lot, so that's why I chose it. I also kind of put like a graham cracker shield as kind of a throw-in. For Katakuri, I would give him his trident, which is called Mogura, just because that's like his main weapon, other than, of course, his fists. I'd probably give him one of his like abilities in a fist form. For Daifuku, I'd have him have a genie, because that's like what he mainly relies on, I'm pretty sure. That's kind of like the only weapon we've seen him use. So yeah. But for Oven, he doesn't really have a weapon, except his fists, of course. Repetitive. Anyways, so I'd probably just give him an exchangeable hand that shows his Devil Fruit power in action. Number 8 spot is Kuzon. Kuzon, he's just genuinely cool. Now this would be not his Marine Admiral version, but his like version after he betrayed the Marines and joined like Blackbeard. We still don't know what's up with that, but anime watchers don't know what's up with that. I don't know about manga readers. But anyways, I just really like him, especially because he appeared in Film Z, and I would want him to be a figure. For Kuzan, or Aokiji, I'd first probably give him an icicle sword, because that's what he uses, I believe, at one point. Then I'd also give him a bicycle. Now, this is less realistic, but we do see him use it quite a lot throughout the series. And finally, as an accessory, I'd give him a replacement limb to show that his Devil Fruit is being in effect. And I mainly have him on this list because he's just a really interesting character, and we don't really know much about him for right now. So I think someone who many would agree, not just me, is very deserving of the number 7 spot, or just a spot on this list, would be the White Hunter, also known as Smoker. He's been there since Logtown. He's been like kind of like the first actual like Marine that posed a threat to Luffy, because you've had Captain Morgan, but Luffy kind of easily defeated him. Then you had Full Body. He got his ass kicked by Sanji. And then I believe that Arlong Park Marine wasn't really that important or like powerful. He just kind of was a rat, as indicative of his appearance. So I just hope Smoker gets made, because if there's any Marine that deserves the number 7 spot, I think it would probably be Smoker or probably Admiral Fujitora. They're both pretty cool characters to me. So I can really only see 2 actual accessories for Smoker, and that's his cigar, which he's always smoking, except, of course, in the 4-Kid stub, as well as his Sea Prism Stone stick, which it's a really unique weapon that I think only he has had, kind of like a sword-shaped Sea Prism Stone weapon. So I really like that and hope to see it. Okay, number 6, we have Dracula Mihawk. He was kind of like the first main enemy for Zoro, because like he's a top swordsman and Zoro wants to be the top swordsman. So an obvious choice for Mihawk is his Yoru sword, which is a Saijo Owazamono, or supreme grade sword, of which there are only 12, and it's his main weapon that he takes everywhere with him. But a less obvious choice is his little knife called Kogatana, which he uses against Zoro, but I also included it because I couldn't really think of anything else, and it works out. Number 5, we have X-Drake. Now, I kind of thought X-Drake looked a little bit weird when I first saw him, but I've come around to him, and he really is cool, and I like his appearance. I like the fact, like, what's going on with his story, that he is like a Marine kind of traitor. At least that's what Borsellino said to him at Sabaody. He still keeps in touch with Kobe, so that's pretty interesting.
So for Drake, I thought it would be important to include both his sword and axe. His axe is X-shaped, so there you go. X-Drake, X-shaped. Anyways, he uses them as his weapons, and he's using them in Wano. But I also thought it should include an interchangeable head, which shows his zone devil fruit. So, yeah.
Next, for number 4 spot, we have Marco the Phoenix. Let's go! Sorry if I just gave you all, like, epilepsy or triggered your epilepsy. Anyways, this is what my brother got me for Christmas. It's kind of dusty. But, yeah, I really like it. So thank you, Mark, if you're watching this video. Appreciate that. So moving on. I mean, not moving on, but Marco, he's genuinely, like, one of my favorite characters. And his return to the Wano arc was, I mean, return to Wano, because he went there when he was younger, just made me really happy. And I'm really glad that this guy is, still relevant to the story. So he's number 4.
So I can only really see Bandai giving Marco an accessory of maybe like some body parts that show his mythical zone devil fruit in action, like it was at Marineford and Wano, and maybe like a stand that could like have him flying. And I chose him because he's one of the most notable division commanders apart from Ace.
Number 3, we got the King of the Pirates, Goldie Roger. Yeah, baby. Okay, so Goldie Roger, he's the King of the Pirates. I probably wouldn't have put him on this list had we not got his backstory. So, yeah. Anyways, I just think he's a really good pick.
So because Roger's king, I want to do something special for his accessories, and that includes having an accessory that any pirate can use. But Roger first should definitely have his supreme grade sword Ace, which he uses in the flashback. And he should also have a hockey imbued fist, which can be replaceable with any Anime Heroes One Piece figure. And the accessory that he should have is a eternal pose, not precisely to Laugh Tale, but just a random one. So for the number 2 spot, I choose King of the Beast Pirates. He's probably going to be Zoro's enemy that he has to fight in Wano, like the most important one, because he does have his sword, which I believe should also be an accessory, but I'll talk about that more later. He also doesn't look funky like Queen, but there is a problem to making him. He is taller than Katakuri, and Katakuri is, as I already mentioned, 16 feet tall, so yeah, that could be a little bit of a problem, but if this figure does end up being made, I would hope, and I would hope it does, I hope that Bandai could figure out something to do with his height. So I can only really see a few accessories for King, one of which being his really cool orange sword. Another one is some alternate body parts that show him in his ancient zone Pteranodon devil fruit with maybe something to hold him up in the air. And finally, his main head would be like him with the mask on, while an alternate head would be him with the mask off.
The only person right for the number 1 pick is Foxy. All right? Foxy, as in the annoying comical relief character who literally had an episode special about him, as well as appearances in Stampede and 2 arcs. 2 arcs, okay? That's how much we were subjected to this character. I'm just kidding. He's not the number 1 pick. It's Blackbeard. Now, Blackbeard is an obvious pick because he also wants to be the king of the pirates. And he's now at Pirate Island. He's an emperor. And he's just like a really interesting character with history behind him that we just don't know.
Finally, for Blackbeard's accessories, I'd include one alternate arm that has his Dark Fruit power, as well as one alternate arm that has a Tremor Fruit power. And obviously, he uses his claw early on in his pirate career, so maybe I'd have that. As well as a flintlock pistol, just because that seems appropriate.
So, that's going to be it for this top 10 list of male One Piece characters that I want to be made as Anime Heroes action figures. I really do enjoy making these types of videos, and hopefully this is the dawn of a new age on my channel. So thank you all for watching if you made it this far, and just have a good one.